Well, this has been an exciting day for Nerdfighteria. Your pants got hacked this morning. Last I checked, I was still getting a 403 error. Hank said on Twitter earlier that it was probably going to be down for a while, but that nobody's passwords had been compromised, so that's something. Luckily for me, I actually did check this week's thread last night, so I know what this week's topic is, which is good. And John announced this morning that he's signing 150,000 copies of The Fault in Our Stars, and that its publication has been moved up from May to January 10th, which is awesome for me because my birthday is the 11th, so I'll probably be getting my copy of Tiffios like maybe on my birthday or like the next day, depending on the mail. It's been kind of a cool week for me, you know, apart from the news about The Fault in Our Stars, which is, you know, exciting. It's been kind of a hectic week. I've been busy, but I got to go hang out with a friend of mine at the coast this weekend. You can see maybe that, like, I got a little bit sunburnt, like my face and my neck, you can see kind of. But that was really awesome. I've had a good week. I hope you guys have too. I really gotta stop sitting right directly in front of this plant. That's kind of distracting. Is that better, or now does it just look like I'm going to interview the plant? Screw it. The plant's here to stay. So this week we're talking about TV shows from our childhood. I actually didn't really spend a huge amount of time watching TV as a kid, and I feel like there are going to be so many shows that I forget about completely. At some point later on, I'm going to think, oh, that one! Why did I forget that? So, I was a big fan of The Muppet Show. I'm still a big fan of The Muppet Show, actually. Sesame Street was a little bit too young for me. You know, because it's a teaching show, and they taught sort of preschool-y kind of things like, you know, letters and numbers and colors and that kind of thing, and I was a little bit too old for that. I like some of the characters, but I didn't really watch the show very often. Although a few years ago, I was on the phone with my best friend, and she was making cookies or something, and she was measuring out ingredients into the bowl and counting them as she went, like, you know, 1 cup, 2 cups, and she started going, two cups, 3 cups, you know, like the count from Sesame Street, and that has kind of stuck. When we count things, we go, I was obsessed with He-Man as a child. I was very set on getting home from school every day in time to watch it. I liked She-Ra too because it was girls, which was kind of nice because, you know, this was the mid-'80s, and so there tended to be very girl cartoons and very boy cartoons. So it was nice that She-Ra existed, but it really wasn't as awesome as He-Man. Here a few years ago, when I still had a functioning VCR, my friend Brian found somewhere at his house an old VHS tape that had a couple of He-Man episodes recorded off of TV, and he brought them over to my house. I hadn't seen them in 20-something years, and we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of shows that I probably don't recognize or just don't know very well because you guys are younger than I am, or a lot of you aren't American, and so you're going to have TV shows probably that I haven't heard of or haven't seen anyway. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys come up with.